El primero en la guerra.
We're starting the war from right here. Head inland, we're going inland.
Okay, let's go.
Billy. I'll risk it.
El primero en la paz.
That reminds me of a very funny story. Did you hear what one cricket said to the other cricket the first time they met? Darling.
El primero en los corazones de las mujeres.
George, will you roar now?
No, I'm not in the mood.
Oh, George, come on, please, just for me.
No, I'd feel silly.
Oh, George, please.
Oh. Wow.
Henry Fonda, uno de los actores más polifacéticos, con más talento y más respetados. Vamos a ver a Fonda en algunos de sus papeles más inolvidables.
Ah, you ignorant, arrogant, ambitious, keeping 62 men in prison, because you get a pound fee for the work they did.
Y a su hija Jane Fonda. Y a su hijo Peter Fonda. Hoy vamos a visitar al clan de actores más destacado de América, Fonda y su familia.
All I know is I wake up in the morning happy, I go to bed at night happy. I'm just happy. And may all your children, even under the third and fourth generation, wind up in television.
En 1969, una asombrosa película titulada Easy Rider, Buscando mi destino, lanzó a la fama a un joven actor llamado Peter Fonda. En 1971, su hermana, Jane Fonda, electrizó a los espectadores con su interpretación de una prostituta en Clut y obtuvo el Oscar a la mejor actriz del año. Henry Fonda dio a estas dos jóvenes estrellas su nombre, su amor y su talento. Él, por su parte, se mantuvo en el estrellato más de 50 años, más tiempo que ningún otro actor del mundo. Un intérprete de una integridad absoluta, cualidad que se pone de relieve en su trabajo en la película El joven Lincoln.
You say your name's J. Palmer Cass.
Yeah?
What's the J stand for?
John?
Anybody ever call you Jack?
Yeah.
Why J. Palmer Cass? Why not John P. Cass? Anything the matter with John P.?
No, but...
Has J. Palmer Cass anything to conceal?
No.
Then what do you part your name in the middle for?
Well, I got a right to call myself anything I please, as long as it's my own name.
Well, if it's all the same to you, I'll just call you Jack Cass.
La honradez de Fonda es lo que le convierte en un gran actor cómico. Su íntimo amigo James Stewart apoya esta opinión.
Creo que la gente no se da cuenta de la facilidad que tiene Henry para la comedia. Cuando pienso en las cosas que ha hecho con su sentido del humor y sus conocimientos humorísticos, la verdad es que es un hombre muy gracioso.
En los años 40, Fonda actuó en una serie de alocadas farsas como Me perteneces. Su talento y el de los coprotagonistas, como Barbara Stanwyck, hicieron de aquel material tan malo algo muy aceptable.
Peter!
What's wrong with you?
Oh, broken finger? Why?
I think a more appropriate question is, what's wrong with you?
Since when does a man with a broken finger have to strip to the waist?
Peter, I'd suggest you wait outside until I've finished with Mr. Andrews.
That's a sensible question. I want a sensible answer. That moron's been showing off what he thinks is a fine physique since he was 17 years old.
You afraid your wife will realize how you should look?
Peter, get out of here this minute.
Let him go. I can knock him down with a broken finger.
Yeah, try it.
That's all, Emma. Leave us alone, please. You sit right where you are until I come back. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes.
27 años después, y con 38 películas más, Fonda aún sigue siendo un actor único cuando está a punto de convertirse en padre del 19º hijo de Lucille Ball, 10 hijos de él y 8 de ella en Tuyos, Míos, Nuestros.
What? Oh, don't make so much noise to wake the children. I just want a glass of water.
Why are you making that terrible face?
Oh, I just have a little indigestion.
How often do you have that indigestion?
I don't know, about every 15 minutes.
That's it. Stay calm. Everything's organized. Don't worry. Everything's... I laid it all on.
Yeah, don't rush now, Frank. I'm all right. There's plenty of time.
Cool.
But hurry!
We'll get you there. Stay calm.
Red alert! Red alert!
Henry Fonda nació en el corazón de Norteamérica, en Grand Island, Nebraska, en 1905. Se crió en Omaha, donde absorbió ese especial sentido del valor y la integridad que consideramos como americano. Fonda reveló esa cualidad en sus actuaciones en el Teatro Municipal de Omaha y la ha mantenido y la ha seguido reflejando en papeles como El Sargento Inmortal, Tierra de Audaces, Incidente en Oxbow, Corazones Indomables y El Día Más Largo.
No me cabe la menor duda. Para mí es uno de los mejores actores de nuestra época, de eso no hay duda. O probablemente el mejor.
Por fin, en el Club Social de Cheyenne, estos dos íntimos amigos actuaron juntos. Y se divirtieron mucho. Han recorrido un largo camino desde que eran compañeros de habitación en los años 30, cuando buscaban su suerte en Hollywood.
Solid, respectable, Republican business. That's what makes America, Harley.
Our folks were Democrats, John.
Yeah, and look where it got you. A lifetime on the range and sweating in the summer and freezing in the winter and sleeping on the ground and fighting the wolves and the rattlesnakes. No, Harley. There can't be a finer calling in the whole world than being a Republican businessman.
I don't like to dispute you, Don, but didn't you always vote Democratic?
Well, that was when I didn't know any better. Harley, I want you to do me a favor. You don't tell anybody here in Cheyenne I ever voted Democratic. You'll do that for me, won't you?
If you say so.
Thank you.
John, you don't mind if I still vote Democratic, do you?
Just so long as you're not seen with me when you do it. Be bad for business. No.
Hay una magia especial en este tipo de película en equipo. Dos hombres fuertes, unidos en la amistad o en la batalla. Cuando Fonda actúa junto a John Wayne en Fort Apache, saltan chispas por toda la pantalla.
W for your saber, Captain.
My saber?
I must rejoin my command.
Command is wiped out, sir, and there's nothing we can do about it.
I'm not asking your opinion, Captain York. When you command this regiment, and you probably will, command it. Your saber, sir. Any questions, Captain?
La fuerza de Fonda como hombre se refleja en su interpretación. Le vuelve radiante, le hace dominar la situación y ganar nuestro respeto.
We surely do. We surely do, Clay.
We're taking those road agents out to hang, Blaisdell.
And you ain't gonna stop us. We'll tromp you down like the rest.
Come here and tromp me, Fitz. Come here. You got anything to say? Step up and say it, otherwise go home. All of you, go home.
Thank you, Marshal. Thank you kindly.
No, I have to thank you. It was my job.
There's a man.
Y donde hay un hombre, generalmente hay una mujer. Henry Fonda ha enamorado a algunas de las mujeres más atractivas del cine. Linda Darnell en Shad Hannah. Su aspecto de hombre tímido y honrado conquistó a John Bennett en Volvió el amor.
I'm not anybody yet.
What's that got to do with it, you silly?
It's got everything to do with it. Everything. I want to be important enough for you. And Julie, if you'll wait for me, I will be. Maybe I'm just young and foolish, but I want our love to be something different. Something great. Something holy. Julie, you will wait for that.
Yes, I'll wait for that. But don't make me wait any longer if you're ever going to kiss me.
Resultó más dinámico con Bárbara Stanwyck en 8 mujeres y un crimen.
Before I knew you, I disliked you intensely. When I met you, I disliked you intensely. Even now, I dislike you intensely. There's the sensible, sane portion of me. But there's an insane side of me that gets a little violent every time I think of you.
Fonda piensa en el matrimonio cuando habla con John Crawford.
Will you marry me? I love you and I want to marry you. Please say yes.
The girl that I marry will have to be as soft and as pink as a nursery. The girl I call my own will wear satins and laces and smell of cologne. Her nails will be polished, and in her hair she'll wear a gardenia, and I'll be there 'stead of flitting. I'll be sitting next to her, and she'll purr like a kitten. A doll I can carry, the girl that I marry must be.
Dentro de un momento, Jane y Peter se reunirán con su padre.
Make that clear.
There are a lot of things around here ain't clear.
You still talking about rustling?
And strangers.
Creo que hay algo que no está bien en que yo no haya hecho demasiadas películas y me hayan dado un Oscar, y a mi padre, que pienso que es el mejor actor de este país y que ha hecho algunas de las mejores películas del mundo, no le hayan dado el gran galardón de la industria del cine.
Ha recibido el elogio de los críticos, el respeto de sus compañeros y los aplausos del público. Pero por increíble que resulte, nunca el Oscar, a pesar de interpretaciones tan extraordinarias como en Escala en Hawái con James Cagney.
You are. Just how much do you want this crew to have a liberty? Enough to stop this friction?
How did you get in the Navy? How did you get on our side? Ah, you ignorant, arrogant, ambitious, keeping 62 men in prison because you got a palm tree for the work they did. I don't know which I hate worse, you or that other malignant growth that stands outside your door. How did you ever get command of a ship? I realize in wartime they have to scrape the bottom of the barrel. Where'd they ever scrape you up?
There's just one thing left for you, mister. A general court-martial.
That suits me fine. Court-martial me.
You got it.
I'm asking for it. If I can't get transferred, I'll get court-martial off. I'm fed up.
En El mejor hombre, Fonda encarna a un candidato a la presidencia enfrentado al despiadado Cliff Robertson.
Now I'm going to question Mr. Sheldon Bascom, and you're going to get the surprise of your life, Bill.
Nothing you do ever surprises me, Joe. But what I do is beginning to surprise me.
Well, then what are you doing down here, then? What do you got this joker Bascom standing by for except to smear me as a homosexual, which I'm not?
I never said you were.
I hope you realize you've just practically admitted you don't believe the accusation against me. That you're openly confessing collusion.
Mr. Chairman, point of order. Oh, how are they going to keep them down in the Senate after they've been on TV?
Well, that's very funny and very cute, but you have...
Coxswain was right when he said you're not very sensitive to people. Now, let's get this dirty business over with. I won't throw my mud if you won't throw your mud.
And let you get nominated on the next ballot?
Well, and good luck. And may the best man win.
En Punto Límite, Fonda por fin llega a ser presidente y sufre una terrible crisis. Un bombardero americano se dirige a Moscú y queda incomunicado. El presidente Fonda trata de convencer al primer ministro ruso de que se trata de un accidente que no debe provocar contestación.
This is what will happen if even one of the bombers gets through. It will drop 2 20-megaton bombs on Moscow. Jay?
Yes, Mr. President.
You might hear the sound of the engines just before the bombs drop. Maybe not. In any case, you'll hear the defensive missiles going off. Right after that, the bombs will explode. I'm told that what we will hear at this end will be a high, shrill sound. That will be the ambassador's phone melting from the heat of the fireball. When we hear that sound, the ambassador will be dead.
Is this your proposal? To sacrifice one American for 5 million Russians?
No. Listen. I've ordered a Vindicator bomber into the air from Washington. In a few minutes, it will be flying over New York City. It is carrying 2 20-megaton bombs. The moment I know that Moscow has been hit, I will order that plane to drop its bombs. It will use the Empire State Building for ground zero. When we hear the shriek of Mr. Lentoff's phone melting, he will know that he is gone, and with him New York.
Henry Fonda, le nombramos padre de la escena en 1952. Aquí está su medalla y mi más sincera enhorabuena.
Gracias. Gracias, señor Olson. Es un honor. Sé que Jane y Peter estarán muy impresionados.
Jane y Peter estaban muy impresionados, tanto que se han convertido en grandes estrellas de Hollywood.
Darkness at the break of noon, shadows even the waterfalls of pity roar. You feel to moan, but unlike before, you discover that you just be one more person crying. So don't fear when you hear I am.
Siempre pensamos que no lo hemos hecho todo lo bien que podíamos. Ya sea un papel en una pequeña película, nos pagan por hacerlo, o en una gran superproducción. Eso es algo que motiva a mi hermana, y creo que a mí también. Y es lo que ha motivado a mi padre mucho tiempo.
Y lo que ha llevado a Jane Fonda a realizar extraordinarias interpretaciones como la de El Regreso con John Boyd.
Wait a minute, what am I doing?
What?
What am I lighting a fire for? See, the old Girl Scout instinct's coming. See, I've got a dip.
Sit down, Bender. Sit down. Are you nervous?
Yes? I'm glad you're here.
En 1977, Jane fue nominada para otro Oscar a la mejor actriz por Julia, con Jason Robards.
Dash? I like being famous. You know what happens when I go shopping for groceries now? I'm famous. I buy mayonnaise and I'm famous. Get letters from people in Idaho. I don't even know where Idaho is. You're not listening to me.
I'm listening to you, Lily.
Dash, I don't want you to think I just care about sable coats.
I know that, Lily.
Oh, this is a dopey conversation.
It's only fame, Lily. It's just a paint job.
Well, you'll never find anybody who fishes better than I do.
Solamente una vez en toda su carrera, Henry Fonda fue nominado para un Oscar. Por una ironía del destino, perdió frente a su amigo Jimmy Stewart, a pesar de su gran interpretación en Las uvas de la ira.
Wherever there's a fight,
go now. Bye, man. Good night, son. Good night. Bye. Bye. So long, everybody. Well, I'll say goodbye. Well, it looks as if this is really goodbye.
Y así es Henry Fonda.